So let's look at the opposite worlds of philosophies when it comes to sex and dating. Let's start first with what we've had for hundreds of years, which is our fantastic evangelists from church or from our mosque or from our synagogue or from wherever we've learned that sex is a sin outside of marriage, and that all those who have sex outside of marriage, you're all sinners. It's not how it works, okay? Yes, there will be consequences from having sex outside of a long-term committed relationship that doesn't last forever. Yes, it's gonna be consequences in terms of STDs and having children out of wedlock who end up growing up with single mothers, not being provided for or protected by their fathers. There's gonna be a lot of issues, but to say that it's a sin, meaning that if you don't fix it or you don't confess and never do it again, you're going straight to hell. It's not how it works. You basically automatically get a hell through the consequences that come after having had those relationships, okay? The extreme of the blue pill evangelist who's basically preaching monogamy and marriage and sexless marriage, which is basically what ends up happening, or the other extreme of the red pill coaches, players who are teaching guys, making money on it of course, teaching guys how to get laid and how to develop options, meaning how to play tons of girls and how to have sex with 30 girls in 30 days and how to have sex with 1,000 women in a lifetime, and then they elevate these guys as if they have some form of status for sleeping with that many girls and leaving them behind. Do you understand how many women have been left in the ditch, metaphorically, from wanting to be with a player biologically and attraction-wise, but knowing in her head that this guy sucks and I can't believe that he did this to me, and her self-esteem just goes down the toilet, okay, for lack of better word. In the middle, you've got these nice guys who are basically being rejected all the time for being nice guys, and they end up being the ones who settle in their 30s with the women who have basically been riding the carousel, as they say, for the last 15 years, from their late teenage years in their 20s, where they're basically drunk every single weekend and massively racking up a huge partner count. And these guys are the ones who basically get the mentally unstable women and have to be compared with the bad guys of the past that made these women tingle. And these guys are not able to get these women to tingle, and being compared with them now, basically it increases the chance for divorce massively, or their women will just settle with them but be massively unhappy in that relationship unless he takes huge measures in improving his life and himself. Do you understand that we need to do something different for the nice guys in the middle who are not following the extremists on the other side with religion, and who don't want to follow the players and sleep around because they know and they're beginning to understand the damage that is being done to women over the long term. And this is exactly why I'm advocating for 3 Girls in Love. By the way, which I can see as the solution to the entire world problem of women struggling on their own with single motherhood, struggling on their own to understand their career and why they're not driven in their careers, and they're trying to be driven, but they don't feel like it because they know they're out of place. They know that they don't want to be there. They want to have a family. They want to have kids. They want to have something that lasts. They want longevity. They want to be in love. They want to be passionate about life. They want to be traveling. They want to have passive income. They want to have time to do whatever they want to do, and they want to do it with the people that they love. That's what we're all about in the 3 Girls in Love movement. And the key to this whole movement is for women to understand that women are better together. Women not by themselves, not alone, but with two other BFFs, best friends forever, and joining together and becoming a family unit by finding the right, trustworthy, wealthy guy that has been handpicked and hand-selected by their friends and family to be good for them, to be the right man for them. And then he commits for the long term because he's been stamped and approved as a high-value man by everyone around them. And this is what we're talking about in terms of what the future has for all women and children. If 3 Girls in Love was established as the norm, and only high-value men that had been handpicked and hand-selected by everyone's friends and families to make sure that he is definitely the right guy, and the fathers of the girls would be massively involved in that choosing process, and these girls would be anticipating of who would it be, and then they participate in the choice of the man that they choose together. What ends up happening is that everyone's involved. I don't want to see a world where players can play women, hundreds of women, and rack up those women's partner counts to the point where these women are now basically having to settle with guys who are nice guys who suck in terms of biological attraction, and creating an amazing connection together with the woman that they love. And the woman may want to love him and be passionate about him as he is towards her. But as you all women know, the more a man loves a woman, the harder it is for a woman to love him back. That's exactly how you've experienced life. You want the guys that you cannot have. I promise you, 3 Girls in Love is how a perfect system could be set up. But you have to just stay tuned to this channel so I can go deeper and deeper into these subjects for you to understand them. It's gonna take time, but I can promise you that over time, everything will evolve so that you'll understand the basics, the intermediary, and the hard, difficult stuff that is to be understood about this philosophy. And it's gonna widen and open your eyes to amazing new possibilities. My name is Joseph Darling. I'm fired up about sharing this with you. I'll see you in the next video.